Hey, how you doing? Hey, so this is Admin from PlexGuide. So we're going to make a quick video on PG Shield. So there's a reason why you're here, because you're just trying to get your protection up and going. I do apologize for me talking swiftly. This is my third time recording this, so it's my fault. So the good thing is just lessons learned. It's kind of funny when you demo things and then you do things, they're kind of different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and type PlexGuide. We're going to bring this up. Traffic, this needs to be deployed. If not, it's not going to work. It's going to be a bad day for you, and you're going to be troubleshooting. PG Defense will refuse to deploy unless it can reach Portainer. So if you type portainer.your domain and it reaches, you're going to be good to go. If it doesn't, then PG Defense is going to warn you and will not continue to operate. This is a one-time check. So if you botch everything up in the future, that's all on you. So I'm going to go ahead and type PG Defense. And obviously our Portainer is working, so that's a good sign. So we're going to go ahead and set Web Client ID. The good thing is PG Shield does actually have a link for you that you can just simply click. You go here, and then what you're going to do is log in. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a web application key. Really simple to do. This is not the same key that you generate in, I'm trying to think. This is not the same key that you generate in PG Blitz. It's another key, which is the web. PG Blitz requires the other. You're not going to do that. So make sure you do not mix the two for each process. They're independent. And if you're smart, keep it in a sticky somewhere. You know, it depends on your levels of security, but please put it away. You can always come back here and access it. So you can name this whatever. So we're going to call this test client. And then the authorized redirects is the website that you're going to put in. The good thing is we have a kind of like a little demo that you just kind of copy from, or you can type it in. It's up to you. It's not really a lot, but it's just kind of dummy proof some of the stuff. You notice here this cannot work because that domain does not appear on the authorized access list. So what you do is you enter it here. Some steps that I've learned from the prior video is that make sure that you type, once you're done typing your domain, so if we do ddd.com, press enter. Make sure you hit save. If you do not hit save, you will be guessing all day. If you forget to hit enter and then you hit save, then there's just, Google makes it simple, but it's easy to fuck up. So just make sure you verify. And the best thing to do is refresh the page, right? So all you gotta do is refresh it. Kind of something I should have did before. And then you notice that, where is it at? Yeah, you see how it disappeared? Because I didn't hit save. But that's the best way to verify what you got. So anyways, that's there. So we're gonna go ahead and change this to RPG rules. And I do love this O authentication because, like I said, this is a test IP, test domain, and I do rotate them quite a bit. But the point is I don't have to overly worry about security because, you know, I'm being protected. Okay, so I'm going to hit create. So, oh yeah, before I did that, yeah, make sure you press enter or click off. If this doesn't appear here, and then you refresh or you come back to this page, it's going to be gone again. So kind of one of my frustrations last time. But the funny thing is when you're doing it, it works. But when you're doing a test video, it doesn't want to work with you. Okay, so I'm just double checking that's good. Make sure that you pick the right one, because you see here I have two, and if you pick the wrong one, it's going to give you all kinds of hell. So here's the client ID. Lesson learned from earlier twos: do not copy and paste from that other pop-up. Do it from here, because that other pop-up has some like white code lines or something, whatever you want to call it, and it will just, yeah, it will just cause you problems. Best way I can say it. Linux is wonderful at times. So paste. Okay. So those are good to go. Authorize users. So you need to make sure that, I'm going to go ahead and remove all users that I have right now. But you need to make sure and go ahead and add users that you want. So in this case, user at plexguide.com. And then you're going to be like, wait, I need to add all 50 of my Ombi users. Nope, you don't, because the next step will show you how you can exempt apps. So there's certain apps that you may want to exempt. You don't have to add each person. The only time you want to add a person or pretty much have somebody here is because you're authorizing pretty much as you to go on your server, right? You know, you don't want them going on your radar and playing with your settings and stealing your codes and your logins. You know, so there's certain sensitive information your server may have, or just being able to log in and pulling stuff from your drive. Okay, so we are good here. If you ever need to remove a user, you can. There's the authorization list. So if I look here, it shows me, bam. And like I said, all 4 of these options here took almost like 10 hours of code. So like I said, it'll look simple, but a lot of complexity behind it. Okay, so number 3, exempt PG apps. So this is what I was talking about here. So here you can put an app. Right now, I do believe I already have Ombi. So you can see this might confuse you a little bit, but you're like protect app again. So what happens is PG Shield is not protecting Ombi. Now Ombi has its own authentication system, so not much of a problem. But that's what that is. So if you need to, put an app behind your firewall or whatever you want to call it, this will do it for you. This baselines all the apps. So if you have like 50 apps exempt and you just don't want to untype them all, you just pick 3, and it basically will PG Shield will definitely protect everything again. So you can go ahead and exempt apps there. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and deploy PG Shield. And while this is doing its thing, the one thing I do want to warn you about, though, is you need to close your ports. If you do not close your ports, people can get into your programs. So if I type, let's go here. If I type rpgsrules.com, I should have paid attention to if my ports open or not. Okay, so I do have them closed. You do want them closed because the PG Shield protection only protects you at the subdomain level and your main domain. It does not protect you against ports. So by default, we have ports open because it makes it easy for testing. Some of you have internal VMs. It's built, like I said, PlexGuide is built dynamically. So luckily for you, it's within the same page. It may change a little bit in the future, depending on what other defensive mechanisms we add, but I think you get the general idea. So the good thing is, as these containers being rebuilt, I see authentication being true, so that's good, because that means it will go into effect once the container is built. What container was that? So that was an NZB git. Trying to see which one this was here. Yeah, sorry about the wait on this one. Because it built a few apps. Net data. Okay, perfect. So actually may not give me the pop-up. Oh, okay, good. So you can see that it's protecting me. So I go ahead and pick user at PlexGuide. And you notice it works. Voila, that's it. That's how easy it is. If you sign up with any other account, it won't work. And then the good thing is if I go to Portainer now, it will automatically work. See? Why? Because I'm already signed in. You understand what I'm saying? So if I sign out, let's see if I go to accounts, google.com. So if I sign out, and then I try this again, who knows? Maybe I have to reclose. Sometimes the browser likes to hold on to things. Okay, so it looks like it kind of has me caught. But if I refresh the page, actually let me do this new cognito now. Trying to think. I think you get the idea. Yeah, there we go. New private window. Okay, so if I type Portainer, me in. Okay. So what we need to do now is, let's see if it's done. Good. So what you need to do now is once you validate that everything is working, make sure that you close your ports. Once you do that, you're pretty much protected. And that's pretty much it. So if you're signed in, you're good to go. And that's it. If you want to open up PortGuard, you can, or you can close it. So if you want to check it out, just check out the video for that. Other than that, you have an outstanding